Don't give them the satisfaction. Don't react. Don't stoop to their level. Living well is the best revenge. They are imploding, meaning the left. They are getting ready to consume themselves. It's already beginning. The only source of joy they have right now is watching Trump supporters get angry and upset and go through all of these machinations about fraud. You take that away from them, and they are lost. They are absolutely lost. I'm going to prove that to you in today's video. Now, one thing the left has disliked for decades and decades is this. Merry Christmas. Conservatives saying Merry Christmas, not Happy Holidays, but this would make it even better because they want to call you all sorts of names, anti-maskers and all this kind of stuff. You could wear one of these with Merry Christmas across it, and they couldn't say anything because you didn't say anything. It's just on the mask that you're supposed to be wearing. So it's a double whammy for them. You have to learn how to disarm these people and take away their ability to get inside your head. These are, of course, available Florida Monkey Mask Store. Designed these some time ago, back in September, I think it was. So you should be able to have these by Christmas, I believe, even with standard shipping. So, anyway, let me ask you guys a question. This is Los Angeles, LA County. How many conservatives do you think live? How many Trump voters do you think live in LA County? Probably as a percentage, not very many. Of course, Southern California, very blue area of the map. So why would they be out in the streets protesting lockdown, protesting their Democrat governor? Wait a minute, that doesn't make any sense. You think they would be super happy. That's who they voted for. That's who they put in charge, right? They have all of their Democrat masters all in place. Yet they're still not happy. You see, that's the requirement for being a liberal, is that you can't be happy. You have to be perpetually upset about something. Whether it's a president that doesn't agree with you, pardon me, whether it's some injustice in the world somewhere, you always have to be perpetually up in arms about something. You see, that's where we got them. That's where we got them. I wanted to show a wider angle picture here of Ocasio-Cortez giving the dagger stare to Joe Manchin. This was at Trump's State of the Union, where Joe Manchin stood up and applauded. The moderates in the Democrat Party are actually in charge now, and it's driving the Ocasio-Cortez wing crazy. They would have almost preferred Donald Trump get 4 more years because it galvanized the left. When they had that guy up on top of the hill, so to speak, to throw rocks at, it gave them common purpose. Now that he's gone, now that Biden's going to be inaugurated, this is going to set their ships adrift, so to speak. They're going to flit from this to that to the other. CNN even doesn't even know where they're going to get content anymore without Donald Trump. They're lost. The only thing that's really getting any kind of traction are these protests and challenges to the election. If you guys would take that away from them, the network would have no content. Oh, they can talk about what Biden may or may not do, but it's completely at odds with what they have said they've wanted to do for the last 12 years. And if you think I'm kidding about this, this is from today. Joe Manchin. Now, Joe Manchin, Joe Biden, they are one part of the party. They are the old blue dog conservative Democrats. Listen to his words. Okay? Here's a quote from him, and this is from today. "I guess she put the dagger stare on me," Manchin told the New York Times. "I don't know the young lady. I really don't. I never met her. I'm understanding she's not really active with her bills and committees. She's more active on Twitter than anything else. But wait until you hear the second part of the statement. Manchin, a moderate Democrat, has warned that a leftward slip by the party could lead to fractures in its base, putting the House majority and Senate seats in jeopardy. Quote, this is Joe Manchin speaking now. We're not going to defund the police. We're not for the Green New Deal. That's not going to happen. We're not for Medicare for all. We can't even pay for Medicare for some. Senator Joe Manchin in a tweet, "Defund the police, defund my butt. I'm a proud West Virginia Democrat. We are the party of working men and women. We want to protect Americans' jobs and health care. We do not have some crazy socialist agenda, and we do not believe in defunding the police." This is the Joe Biden wing of the party. They are ready to implode. Guys, I am telling you, I've said it before, Joe Biden, when he gets inaugurated, is going to serve up a nice frosty cold glass of shut the fuck up to the squad. I kid you not, that's exactly what he's going to do. Sit down and shut the F up. And Joe Manchin is already telegraphing this. Now, regarding yesterday's video, there is a very interesting piece of information that CNN put out by accident. They showed something in a map that actually kind of jives with something we reported last spring when all this kind of came out with the new disease, so to speak. 26 states set hospitalization records last week. And this is the map they showed. Do you notice something strange about this map? Something strange about those 26 states? See, this is an area of the country known as the Sun Belt. And it's kind of a meandering line, generally speaking, that includes most of Arizona, Texas, Florida, the South, basically. You can find this map virtually anywhere. What the snow belt is, what the sun belt is. The frost line for Florida is, about here, I guess I would say. Somewhere around Orlando, just south. Never freezes. Do you see a strange correlation there? Other than New Mexico? 26 states? All in the north. Why? Why all in the north? Other than in New Mexico? See, New Mexico has some regions that are fairly cold because of the mountains. But in the southern, flatter states, Arizona, California, Texas, Louisiana, no records. Why? See, we talked about this with Corona. Our governor has come out and said no matter what, there's going to be no businesses closed, no schools are going to change. No matter what lockdown is put out, Florida is going to do its own thing. Florida is going to do its own thing. Some people would say it's economic activity or population. Well, no. This is a map that shows half the U.S. population in blue and the other half in gray. So as you can see, if you would draw a line halfway across, you have the same mixture basically of dense regions of population and less dense regions. This is GDP. Economic activity split in half. You draw that same line straight across. As you can see, you've got, of course, LA, you got Phoenix, Dallas, Miami, Atlanta. And then up here, of course, you've got Chicago, Detroit, New York, New Jersey, Washington. So it's the same, however you look at it. They tried to come out and tried to cover it with this area of concern continuum map. to try to make it look more even when it's really not. When it's really not. This tells the story, and CNN accidentally did some reporting. Like they do sometimes. They don't mean to do it, but sometimes they just can't help it. That there is something about sunshine and warm weather. And you would think it would be antithetical, because sunshine and warm weather causes people to go out and socialize and do more. So you'd think that would cause more spread, but apparently it doesn't. Because the 26 states that set hospitalization records, according to CNN, are all north of the Sun Belt, with only one exception being New Mexico. Virtually the entire South was exempt from that, including parts of Arizona and California and Hawaii. So I guess you'd have to ask that question. Is there something to this idea of sunshine and warm weather keeping this at bay? To some extent. Is it a cure? No. But it does seem to have an effect. Because I'm not making the allegation that we don't have coronavirus in Florida. I'm saying that people, for some reason, don't get hospitalized with it. They get it down here for sure, and it comes and it goes. I'm sure, I have a ex-mother-in-law that she's almost 80 years old, tested, has had antibodies to it. So had it, didn't know she had it, got over it with no hospitalization. And she was in probably the highest risk group possible. And she handled it fine. Strangely enough, she spends a lot of time in the yard, does a lot of gardening, gets a lot of sun. Now, am I a doctor? Am I an expert? No, but I'm looking at what CNN is reporting and looking at the Sun Belt and going, that seems to correlate. That seems to be something that perhaps people should look at. So anyway, I will leave it there. But guys, my best advice is this. Don't give them the satisfaction. Don't react. Stop reacting. Don't stoop to their level. Just live well. Say Merry Christmas as much as you can. And if you can't say Merry Christmas, wear a mask that says Merry Christmas. And be happy anyway. Because believe me, they are ready to implode. They are ready to be a lost cause, and it's going to be so much fun to watch. It really is. So, I will leave it there. Like, share, subscribe.